Bang on 7 p.m. The bongs are bonging. I don't know if you'll hear them actually because all the windows are closed. But hello everyone. Hope you're all doing okay. I was watching all the chat scrolling fast and seeing everybody coming in. It's lovely to see so many people here. In it code, as we say in the Midlands, and I know I'm wearing a short sleeve shirt, but gosh, no wonder we're all getting colds and things. It was lovely like a week or so ago, and now it's freezing, wet, windy, cold. But anyway, as my mother always used to say, never cast a clout till May is out, and we're only halfway through. Anyway, let's say hello to everybody. So we've got Luna Lit, first one in. Nice to see you. How are you doing? And then the lovely Anna is here. Hi, Anna. And Magus, hello. How are you? And yeah, always, Magus, always there with the lovely words of encouragement and support. And I just want to say, because it's part, thank you for creating a beautiful place for us all to come to. And, you know, I just want to echo that and say this place is the place it is because of every single one of us that comes together each week just to hang out for an hour and a half, however long I'm on for, and just enjoy each other's company, have a cuppa, talk about cards and things that we love. So thank you to each and every one of you. And then Marilyn is in as well. Hello, Marilyn. And Damien and Tina and Ferdiad. Hello to you all. Our Sandra's here. Hi, Sandra. Nice to see you. Lily Rose. Hello, Lily Rose. Moran is also here. Hi, Moran. And Rachel. Hello, Rachel. And the Fireside Chat Room. Nice to see you. Play hooky from work. I love that. Ella and Alicia. And who else we got? Saskia. Hello, Saskia. We have Arnbin. Decides on 10 decks that will never leave my collection. Yeah, hard. I want all 500. Yeah, mine. And it's like I've said, that tag, and thank you to everybody that's done it. It's had an amazing response, both in terms of the amount of people that's watched the video. I think it's almost at 4,000 views. It's only been up a week, is it? But everybody that's responded as well. And just to reiterate, Marilyn, don't overthink it. Literally, it's not your favourites or any particular categories. It was because I was sorting out and I'm like, do I want to keep this? You know, and the categories I put them into. And then these are the ones that are like, they might not fall into a category of my most beautiful or my favourite decks, but there's certainly decks that's never leaving my collection. So that could be anything for anyone, really. Moontide, hello. Thace is here. Hi, Thace. And Kathy. Hi, Kathy. And Kathy's been really poorly this week. I think you've had flu, haven't you? So I hope you're on the mend. Hi, Jonathan. Nice to see you. And Will's here. Nice to see you, Will. And Jennifer. Moomin. Hello, Ellen. Nice to see you. Forever Whereafter. Elspeth. Robin's here. Nice to see you, Robin. Thank you for just doing the tag on your live. It was really enjoyable. I've got your top 3 to watch. But I popped in just before the end. Once I'd set everything up here and you were showing the orange Roses and Lilies back. That one with the long, ridiculous title. I never did get that, and now it's gone, hasn't it? But I can't remember why you liked it so much. I think it was the coloration, but Static Backlash, nice to see you. The weather feels like fall. It really does. It's such a change. Rolf, hello. Queen Drama, nice to see you. And Louise, SJ, B is here, hi B. And Letty Louise, you know you've made it when people start ripping off your ideas and claiming them as your own. Do you know, I'm over it. I'm thinking of taking that post down in the Facebook page. I said to Sandra earlier, do you know what? It's not a biggie, is it? The grand scheme of things. I was just really frustrated this morning because I got up really early, like 5, like I do, did my walk with my friend and the dogs, had a coffee. Back here for about 8:45 because I stopped off and did a bit of food shopping. And then about 9 o'clock I started recording it. And then as I was editing it on my phone, it was 1 hour and 7 minutes. I just opened on my iPad, and there was a VR, and I was like, "How can there be a VR? I'm only just about to do it." And then I realised somebody had done that, and I was like, "Ah!" And I couldn't. Sandra was like, "Well, redo it, call it something else," but. You know, when I do my videos, I start off by saying, okay, this video, and I used the words, you know, 10 Oracle decks never leaving my collection as a follow-up to 10 Tarot decks never leaving my collection. And then I mentioned the hashtag words so many times. I think it said Sandra 3 or 4 times. I said, instead of tarot decks for life or oracle decks for life, and all that had been used. So it's just what it is. I'm over it. I deleted it and I recorded a walkthrough video of an oracle deck that had just come in. But anyway, Oscar Wilde wrote, "Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery." Yeah, and I kind of referenced that in the post. Hermit's Cave is like home. Us cult members meet here at home in the Hermit's Cave, Lunar Lit. Yeah, so hello to everybody that's come in. So, how are we all doing? Have we all got our cuppa? Let me pop the chat open on here now so I can see you all on here and scroll to the bottom. Do it, honestly, Moran, do it. Don't, it's not an issue at all. If you want to do the tag, do the tag. Yeah. And I think Sandra said earlier when we were talking that, did you say, well, I think I might do it anyway and just also give you kind of like the credit, which is lovely, but seriously, in the grand scheme of things, it's not a big deal. That mediocrity pays to greatness. When's the next spotlight? So the next spotlight is this time next week, next Saturday. Usually it's in the middle of the month, but I don't know if you recall, but at the last spotlight, towards the end, we was looking at a date and Cheryl is away this weekend. So she asked if we could put it back to the 23rd. So it's next week, but oh my goodness. So you know what I'm like, and I was saying because Cheryl sent me a message earlier in the week saying this month's box for Spotlight is a brilliant box. So I was like, can you give me any spoilers? And she's like, absolutely not. And I was like, that's so mean. And then last night she sent me a photograph of the box with the lid open and some of the content inside, and she put almost there, a few more to go in, and I was pinching it open on my screen and look, and I've seen some, and I was like, oh my god. And I'll send her the screenshots of where I'd zoomed in, which she thought was hilarious. But it's going to be a great month for Spotlight next week. Has anyone given Has anyone given up and put the heating back on? I nearly did, and then I thought, well, go and get a jumper. But I have sat under my blanket today. 4 shelves Oracle, he just posted. 4 shelves Oracle, yeah. Oh, you got homemade Earl Grey. Wow, you're home making your tea. That's brilliant. With essential oil and English breakfast tea cuppa. 11 a.m. Arizona time. Wow. Static has got a beer instead of a cuppa. It's 8 o'clock in the Netherlands. Can't fault you. Luna Lit has a Coke. Soya latte for Marilyn. Oh, that's nice. That's a nice thing to say. I was referring to Kelly's comment here, which is nice. Luna Lit is having a lazy day. I've been nodding on and off all afternoon. After I did the video, the second video, the Oracle, and uploaded it, I have just been... and the same thing happened last Saturday. We've now officially broken up from work, but I'm working this week. I've got September's timetables to do. I've got reports to write. So we get 2 weeks where the rest of the country get 1, and that's like a little gift to staff so they can go away at a cheaper time of the year. But I am working this week, and then I'm taking the second week off. So this time next week, I will have broken up for a week. What is the green deck above your left shoulder? So my left shoulder, you're talking about the ancient Italian tarot. Love it. It's so profino. I have 3 copies. These 2 are empty, just the little books in them. So I have 1 in my little special box that's next to where I sit, so I can just grab it. 1 which is here for travel. So if you remember, Sandra, I brought this to Glastonbury last year, and then 1 still in the box as a backup. So I think that's the one you're referring to. I mean, this is a green box as well, which is Tower of the Master. I ordered a new version of this, you know, that doesn't have the keywords, and it hasn't come. And I must have ordered it about 4 weeks ago. But I know postage is a bit weird at the minute, so... Has anybody figured out what the purple line frame is? Or I know, I don't... It just appeared. I don't think there's a way to take it off. What does that do? That create empty scene. What happens if I do that? I don't want to lose everything, but if I create... No, I'm not. Because there is a popular speaker scene. There's an empty one. Let me try it. Create. What? How do I get rid of this? Let me, if I do, why am I not filling the screen anymore? At least I'm back. Never fiddle with things. I don't know what even this is. Let me see if I can stretch. We're just going to have to live with the purple screen. Oh gosh, EV Mux, I tell you. Yeah, so basically, I don't know what these scenes are. There is a dynamic scene which says it's playing. Let's remove that. Yes. Okay. So we're on a dynamic scene, but I'm not going to fiddle. I'm not going to fiddle, he says, still fiddling. Anyway, purple is the best colour. Just be honest, you did a little time travel there. Oh, I like the purple frame. That's good then. At least it's not distracting. And I don't know what that is. Oh, that's spotlight. I'm still fiddling. Stop fiddling. There we go. I could go into studio mode. What's studio mode? Oh, that's flipped things. I don't know how that's coming out though. That's doing transition. Click that. Live preview, editor. No, let's come out of studio mode. I'm going to give up and just focus. Right, so what I wanted to talk about, can't help himself, I know. What I wanted to talk about is, oh, and also, you know, the comments are now scrolling again. You know, last week, and when Chris and I did Throwback Thursday, it wasn't scrolling, and now it is. Printer Studio. What's Printer Studio? Sandra's telling me to stop. Stop. No, leave it. Sandra. Okay, Sandra, I will. I promise. I realised, and it was intentional, but I hadn't, for the last year or more, every month I've done a decks I will be using in, and I didn't do one for May because I received the spring collection from Marco Benedetti, and Robin's put a link, but I don't know what it's for. I'll just carry on for now because otherwise I'll forget my train of thought. So I kind of said in a video, oh, I'm going to use these in May. And because I got them really early on in April, the Soprafino I used to death. And I got a little bit panicky that because it's such high quality, that it might get damaged, and it's a handmade deck. I did take it with me to York when I met up with Tammy Pye so she could see it. But what I hadn't used was this one, which is the basically the Atea 3 is what I refer to it as. And so I decided to, let me just look how gorgeous this is. I decided to dig this one out, and I have been using this, but I decided not, because I've done it for a year, just focusing on 2 decks a day for a whole month. I've got decks coming in all the time, and what I've realised over the last year is there's been quite a few decks that get missed because, for example, the Shadows We Cast is a deck that came in and I was like, oh, that's absolutely beautiful at the probably beginning of April time. And then the spring collection comes in, and then these are going to be the 2 decks I'm using. So therefore I never really get to use some decks. So I decided for May, I'm just going to have on my desk a pile that I'm just going to pick from and choose to work with, you know, instead of just restricting 2. So I've got these, and these that I thought I'd go through, and then there's a couple just in boxes. But if you haven't seen this deck, it's got the marble backs. This, is the nicest smelling deck ever made. First point. Second point, this art paper art card and the clarity of these images and the vibrancy of the colours is just incredible. I think, and I can say this confidently, I mean, Marco Benedetti's got some Lenormand decks out at the moment. I'm not getting them because I've come to the realisation I'm not a Lenormand reader, and I would just be buying them because they're a Marco Benedetti deck, because I love his work so much. But I honestly think that every deck he produces, because he started out doing print-on-demand decks through like MPC and places like that, every deck that he's producing is getting better and better and better. And his spring collection, this deck, and the Soprafino is his finest work. I absolutely adore the colours. I think, I mean, up until the Soprafino, which is here, by the way, this one, my favourites were the Rosenwalds of his. And I think the Soprafino has just kind of pipped it. But this one is a very, very close second or third place out of his decks. His spring collection are my favourite decks from him. Yeah, they're just incredible, Marilyn, aren't they? Here's our devil card. And I just love the Atea. There is a, you know, the Anima Antica, I think it's called. Their new deck is Atea. But just look how luscious these colours are. And I hope they're coming across on camera just how beautiful they are. I love that moon card. Absolutely stunning deck. So that is one I've been pulling for. I'd like to learn more about Atea as well. I have one, but I'm not comfortable with it. Yeah. I mean, I've got a book that's a book I can recommend. Let me grab it. I'll pop that back there so I don't I don't want to knock that ornament. A book that I would recommend is this one, because this has all three Atea decks in there. So let me go to where are we? Let's go to a major rather than a minor. It'll be easier to. So the death card, we have the first Atea, second Atea, third Atea. So you get all three in this book. And it's a brilliant book. It is a bit chunky, but it's a really, really good book. Let's put that there for now. So I can recommend that, definitely. I need to get that Atea book. I highly recommend it, Kathy. Marilyn has it. It's really helpful. Good. James Eade's new Lenormand is on Kickstarter. Call it the Grand Atea. Yeah. Lunalit enjoys reading tarot together with Lenormand. I get more out of Lenormand that way. Yeah. I don't know what it is. I guess it's time. And because I'm so comfortable reading oracles, so comfortable reading the tarot, that learning another system like key, dog, and all this kind of stuff and what that means, and I'm just like, oh no. No. But I've got some beautiful Lenormand decks, but it's not my system, and that's fine. I've made my peace with that. So what else? Let's take one. Now this one, I saw somebody show it. It could have been the lovely Ellen who's in the chat, but somebody did my tag, the recent tag, and showed this. And I can't find the box for it because I have it in a little Kelly pouch, but it's the Bomarzo. Now I have taken out the zodiac cards. Again, astrology is not, it's interesting, but it's not something that is part of tarot for me. So I have kept in the extra element cards, and also, you know, the virtues, because I think they add to a reading. But this deck is so beautiful. It's got the gold embellishments on it, and I love the colours of this. Just really beautiful. So here we have the fire card. Look at the coins. So we do have like prudence, faith, hope, charity, etc. There's the Father Time, the arrow going through the hourglass. Also the Hermit. The Death card, I think, is wonderful. Faith. It's our World card. And it's so colourful. It's quite a little deck. It came edged in matte edging. These are the backs, which I really like the backs with the gold little dots as well. I think Cara had it on her VR, Simon. I left it out because it's always in my top 10 list. That might be why I was thinking it was you. But yes, I watched Lady Cara as well. So that'll be where I saw it. And I don't know if it was Ina, if Ina had shown it, but it's just so beautiful. And I thought, this is another one of those decks that I got when I got a lot of other decks, and I didn't really get to work with it as much as I wanted, even though it's on this shelf, because, you know, it's one that's I want to work with. It's just so gorgeous. And so I dug it out and I thought, yeah, and I've read with it for the last couple of days, and it's been wonderful. This is the Tower card, which is kind of what you would see in a Minchiati, because this is a Minchiati deck. Here's the Air card, card 23. But the use of colours and the little gold embellishments is just what makes this deck so pretty and wonderful to use. The numbering is different because it's a Minchiati. So here we've got the Chariot card, which is 10. Bomarzo Robin. What did Robin say? Love the colours. Pretty. What deck is that? Yeah. Yeah, so Prudence. The Magician, the Judgment card, look how gorgeous that is. Yeah, so it's a really, really lovely deck. And I think they've got a new deck coming out. Look at a crown, it's proper gold. And when I bought it, I thought, oh gosh, that's a steep price. And when it arrived, it just came in like this jiffy bag and the box. And I thought, oh, this is really small little deck for the price. But seriously, the quality of this, it's worth it. It really is. Oh, Cheryl here. Cheryl, we're missing your monthly box of goodies today. Everybody was thinking it was today, and I told them at the beginning, Cheryl, that you're away and it's next week. But an indie deck shipped to the... Oh, I missed that. It's scrolling fast. What was that? Gorgeous deck, but an indie deck shipped to the US from Italy is above my pay grade. Yeah, I didn't realise it came from Italy. I would have done at the time, but thinking back now, I was telling them, Cheryl, about yesterday's conversation and how you sent me a photograph and how I was zooming in and cropping it and sending it back to what I'd spotted. I haven't said what I've spotted. I just said there's some really, really cool decks next week for this month's spotlight, and it's going to be great. Yeah. Okay. A recent one, so I'm not going to spend time showing this because I've showed it a lot. But this along with the Ancient Aurum is one of my favourite Destiny decks. It's a Soprafino, and it is gorgeous. This is the box. It's Encanto di Oro. Really beautiful, sturdy box. The difference is with the Ancient Aurum, they put gold over the images. These don't. They leave the images intact and just have this kind of gold patterning in the backgrounds. And it kind of reminds me of the old sort of Visconti Sforzas where you got the gold background, although that was solid gold, pattern gold. This is more subtle, but it's a beautiful deck. The backs are like this and they just shimmer, and the raised, you can feel the pattern on the back. And I mean, the Soprafino, hands down, my favourite pip deck ever. I do prefer the Avondo Brothers version over this Della Rocca, but only slightly, because they're just so beautiful. I love gold with images, yeah. But you can see, look, if I show you the devil, there's no gold on any of it's all around the image. So, yeah, this one I've been using a lot. I've given up getting decks from overseas because they get lost. The delivery service is horrible and irresponsible. I hear you, and it's such an expensive outlay anyway, buying from overseas. I mean, we don't get a lot of choice because not a lot of decks are produced in the UK. There are some, it's getting better, and it's great because we have people like Cheryl who's stocking a lot, but you know, Cheryl can't stock every deck, so sometimes we're forced to take a chance and get them. But yeah, I've had a few that never ever got here. never arrived. And there's a couple as well that people have said they've sent, and they've sent tracking numbers, and they've just stopped. So if anybody is watching this and you sent me something and I've not shown it yet, it hasn't arrived, because I've shown everything that's arrived now. I'm up to date. Yeah, anyway, let's move on. And these pouches are Judy's pouches, because I've been putting a few of my decks into these. And this one, it's got these blue backs, so it goes quite well with this. This is one that I did the trim job of, the Celtic Elemental Tarot. And I edged. Do you see how the colour has toned down now? I mean, it's still bright yellow, but it was almost like a greeny type of yellow. But after a couple of days, they really do soften a bit, and but it matches the border on the front. And because I'd trimmed it and I've got a real sort of connection with it, I've been using it a lot and pulling some cards from this, and I really do like this deck. I trimmed this one too a week after seeing your video. Oh wow. And how did it turn out, Amanda? Did you do it exactly the same way, or did you try something a bit different? Sandra loves yellow edges. I love the colours in this. They're really vibrant. Just gorgeous. Here's our Fool. You just reminded me of a deck I ordered 6 weeks ago and haven't got it. Oh, I do that sometimes. I might be laying in bed and suddenly, I ordered that deck and it never got, and then you go searching for it and it's sitting somewhere, or it's been sent back. Greens are really nice as well. The Suits of Cups are really, yeah, oh, I love this one, look. Got a little tree creature. There's the Green Man. Yeah, great deck. Oh, and look at strength. It still reminds me of Pete's Dragon. One of my favourite films when I was a kid. And the Devil. Hi Trio, nice to see you. I used scissors and a cord around it and they came out well. I was nervous to do it though. Well, that's good. And is it your first time doing it then? Or first time with scissors? These are beautiful. Look how that's lined. Oh, love them. Baba Studios deck is lost somewhere. Do you know, I don't get it. I don't get how things get lost. There's a name and address on the front of the package. How can they get lost? Where do they get lost? And if there's a big sort of warehouse with decks that have never arrived, you've got the name and address on them. Sort it out. How can they get lost? I don't get it. Still waiting for my Greenwood. Are you still waiting for yours? Elspeth. Well, actually, Greenwood is also, not to rub it in, but Greenwood is also one on the list. Now, I haven't used this a lot, to be fair, and I think it's because I've got the original Greenwood. I love, again, another Judy, beautiful, and it's perfect for the Greenwood. These are the backs. I've done a few readings with using this version, and I want to keep using it because it's the soft touch that Mark Ryan was calling it. We call it rose petal, don't we? And I think it will bed in a little bit more because it can be a little bit stuck together when it's rose petal. Still waiting for my Brady tarot. 2 years ago? Well, I hate to say it, but if it was posted 2 years ago and you've not got it by now, I don't think it's going to come, Jane. I mean, I could be wrong. It could be like in Castaway. And it ends up being fulfilled years later. I love the Queen of Wands, the hair. Yeah, so it was worth the wait. I'm thrilled with it. The Justice card is probably my favourite card in this deck. I love it. It's beautiful. Colours are so soft. So that's that. The green wood. The texts are in a galaxy far, far away. I've got a song earworming in my head. If you're a certain age, you'll know it. But you know Mellow Yellow? They call me Mellow Yellow. Don't know why. It must have come on a radio somewhere but it's been earworming all day since I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning. And it's a song that I don't think I've heard for about 30 years. Does that ever happen to you? Just a random song pops into your head and then you can't stop singing it? The problem is that the overseas deck comes shipped through different shipping companies and they change hands a lot and eventually end up getting lost in the shuffle. Yeah, I get that, but where? How can a package get lost? Because lots of people are saying they're lost. So there's got to be a huge warehouse somewhere with our lost packages in, and if there's a name and a address on the box, honor it, send it. Someone has paid for it. Doesn't matter if it's not covered anymore because it's 2 years old. You know, fulfill your responsibilities. I've just seen Chris. Hello, Chris. He says, like in Castaway, do we think Tom Hanks is sitting with a face drawn on Jane's Brady tarot? Yeah, that's what I was saying. There was Wilson, wasn't there? But he also, there was the ice skate that he used as a blade, but there was something he didn't want to open or touch because his commitment to FedEx was, you know, they will always deliver. So this parcel was never damaged, and did he not hand deliver it when he got back to civilization? You've earwormed us all now, Simon. They call me Mellow Yellow. It's just so random. I've been singing the song for 3 days now, driving me mad. Tell us what it is, Saskia. Let us have that earworm. Well, I'm glad people do know the song. Amari scolded us for not wanting an update. Us for wanting an update. On what? Okay. So, because I've showed the greenwood, I'm also, no, that's not the right one. It's in that one. Is Will in the chat? My copy of this Will. I dug out the Wildwood, and I've been through such a roller coaster with the Wildwood. I had it, never used it, wanted the Greenwood, saw the Wildwood as a poor substitute, which it isn't. And then when we was hearing for years from Mark Ryan that the Greenwood was coming back, and it never. So I just thought, do you know what? I need to make peace with the Wildwood, and I trimmed it, and I really enjoyed it. And then I decided to buy a backup about 18 months ago. And this is the one I tend to use now. I do like it trimmed, but I also don't mind borders anymore. Isn't it funny how we go around and around? But I don't mind a little white border because it's quite a nice frame. I just don't like excessive borders or too ornate with borders. But I really do enjoy working with this deck. This is the latest version, and it is glossier. So if you saw Chris and I do our Throwback Thursday of Druid Craft, and I was talking about the different versions from matte to kind of silk to gloss, the O company, OH, that is producing that is also doing these. You can really see how glossy they've become. But I don't mind, because I've got a more matte version, which is the trimmed version that I spoke about. But this deck is actually pretty fabulous. The artwork is incredible, but Will Worthington is incredible. That's Pamela's home deck. The Two of Arrows. I love that for card 14, balance, which we would have as temperance. And it's just like in the Greenwood, it's animals for the courts, and isn't that great for the Queen of Swords? Anybody else got this deck and enjoys using it? The Death card is the Journey card. I love this version of the Three of Swords. The Blasted Oak for the Tower. I think my chat has stopped. It's different to the one over there. It's frozen on here, so let me have a look. Great deck. I love this deck, says Marilyn. I love the Wildwood, but it's its own beast. I bought the Wildwood this week and love it. Wow. Yeah, I don't know why this isn't... it's just jumped. This was a Simon Made Me Do It deck. The Stag. Oh, just look. Be Still My Pagan Heart. Yeah, so I've really found more of a connection with this deck. I think it's incredible. I'm not going to say it. I have this deck also and pull it out occasionally when I'm of a pagan mind. I should use mine. I used the Heartwood for a reading for a client yesterday. It was amazing. Yeah, I love that when you pull out a deck to read and you have an amazing reading, whether for yourself or for someone else. It's great. Greenwood has lots of different art styles in one deck. Wildwood has a style consistency. Not sure if that's good or bad, but I do love Will. Yeah, Will Worthington is just such a talented artist. Yeah, he's just great. I wanted the Wildwood for some time now. I'm drawn to the Druidcraft, don't know what to do. I mean, they've both got their own vibe, their own energy. I mean, Druidcraft, I'm a huge fan, so I'd probably say get both. No, if you can only get one, I would say get Druidcraft. But it's you've just seen the images are really brilliant. Any with Will Worthington artwork I buy, I have his Lenormand also. I do. How about both? I'm a bad influence. Birds of a feather, eh, Ferdiad? Okay. Another deck I want to share that I've done some lovely readings with is the Maria. Again, a deck that I got when I was in my, not that I'm not anymore, because I am, but my love affair with Toth, which started this time last year, about March actually. And this deck is just so beautiful. I have done a side-by-side with the Thoth. And at one time I had because I couldn't connect with the Thoth years ago, somebody recommend the Meline deck, Summit Monday, I forgot what it's called now, and I ended up trading that, but actually as an RWS, as a Thoth alternative, this one is gorgeous. It's really wonderful. What are we agreeing with? What am I missing? I'd say Druidcraft is much easier to read with because of the RWS system. Thoth Journey Tarot is on my wish list, Chris. Yeah, still. Never did get it. I think it was quite... people were complaining about the cardstock being thin, but the artwork was incredible. Tabula Mundi, thank you. Yeah, Tabula Mundi. Simon made me do it with this one, and absolutely no regrets. It's gorgeous. It really is a beauty. Sandra, I'm surprised, really, you don't have it, you know, because you're having a real love affair with the Thoth at the moment. These are like looking at beautiful oil paintings, and the stone, it's on the most lovely linen cardstock. Think Pagan Other Worlds. The pips are vibrant and there's depth to them. I mean, doesn't that look 3D? Doesn't it look like they're on top of this or floating above this purple background? I couldn't get on with the Thoth Journey. It totally gave me the heebie-jeebies. Can't explain. I sold it right away. Ugh. You and your love affairs, Sandra. Is she having love affairs? The pips look incredibly vivid. Let me free that message up. I don't know why that was held. Death card is brilliant. I want to get it, Simon, but it's sold out at the moment in the UK. Oh. I don't think it will be forever. Yeah, and I think, I mean, I love my greenie. I love the other ones that I got from Anna, who's got some out on NPC. I love them, but I'm really enjoying this. I want to show one of my favourite pips, well, two favourite pips. There's this one, I just think it is so beautiful. And then the yellow background one, where's that one? Oh, this one's a beautiful one as well, the tour discs. Stunning. Oh, I like that, 9 of Wands. I think it's gorgeous. I think with the Toth in general, I think I like the pips more than the majors. 3 of Wands is brilliant. Where's the can't find it now. Did I pass it? They call me Melly Yellow. I'm gonna get a YouTube strike for singing 70s psychedelic songs. Oh my goodness, where is it? Oh, I'm not going to spend all my time looking for a card, but I can't find it. Never mind. It's going to be in there somewhere, unless it's in the box and I missed it. No, it'll be in there. I'll find it. The Queen of French Sass has a tiara on tonight. I've actually taken quite a few decks off my list. That's the beauty of having a wish list. You can come back to it at a later point and think, actually, yeah, do I want that? I've done that before. My wish list is ever increasing. So, okay, what else? I will share this. This is in a Moonlit Fae bag that Tammy Pie gifted me. Now, this is one that I bought with the intention of using in April, but it took 3 weeks to get to me. And it's by Midnight Tarot. It's got these checkered backs. And this is the RWS versus Marseille. And what it does is it uses Pixie's art and colours to create pips. It does have these very quirky Cruella de Vil type faces, but you can see it's an RWS deck with minors in Pixie's art and colour. So for instance here, the 9, the Nightmare card, we get the black background for the 5 of Pentacles. And this is a great little deck. Very fun to read with. Am I the only one without a wish list? Yeah, I think so, Anna. No, I'm sure there are more, but yeah, so you get the idea of this deck. There's the Hermit. I love her face. Does anybody else have any Midnight Tarot? I think, I mean, I've got the Hidden Tales. I've got the Tarot de Paris. Show a couple more. Temperance. My wish list is more like a wish set encyclopedia. I can relate to that. Yeah, so this is a great little deck. It's not huge. It's quite a nice little portable size, probably a playing card size, but nice matte card stock, and yeah, really great little deck. A wish book. Love the faces on this deck. Yeah, they're really fun. I tried to tick Carnival at the End of the World off my wish list, but now can't get it anywhere. Seriously hoping it's not out of print. I've got the first edition of that in the lighter coloured box. But the second edition, I think, was in a dark box. Okay, I'm getting Tarot Jenga, so I've only got 4 more to show you. Now, this one, ouch, what have I done? Where's that? That's in this one, isn't it? Now, this one I really wanted to use. So this is the Angel Tarot by US Games. Nothing to do with angels. I think the title could be very misleading. This one is from 1980, and I got this in a trade with Tom, Railcat Tom. I know Robin's got this, and he's got the original backs. This is one with the plaid backs. I think there was one that kind of had like angels as a back design. But this one, I love the coloration, and it's that nice 1980s US Games cardstock. You know, like the early 1JJ or the blue boxes. Just really nice. But they had these kind of yellows and mustards. But they are so beautiful. Look at the colours. Really gorgeous. And you can see it's down as being a Marseille, but they're not the curved swords. I love these old decks. Me too. And the colours are just beautiful. There's lots of pinks and reds and purples. Here's our batons. And they're kind of like, these ones are kind of like a Fournier size. And the line work is sharp. The colours are crisp. Here's our Emperor. And I'm thinking of doing a video of like my favourite vintage type decks, because I've got quite a few now and they're gorgeous. Look at the lime green in that. And say this deck is like 45 years old. These cards are like brand new. I can't remember if when I got this deck in a trade from Tom, they were still sealed. They may have been. Look at that. I just want to play with my decks. I know. I love doing like collection videos because I get to dig them out. And this month I'm having a lot of fun, and that's why I'm sharing it with you, because I'm having so much fun just not sticking to 2 decks a day. I understand why I did it, because I wanted to connect more deeply with decks. I'm in this sort of paradox of either doing this, where I'm getting to just pick and choose and randomly work with decks, but then not always being able to do such a kind of deep dive with it, or connect, but they're not going anywhere. Or I do what I've done for the last year, which is, right, this deck and this deck are going to be my decks, and then an oracle deck, but they're going to be my decks that I'm using every day, so I get to really bond with them. But then sometimes a deck comes in, like for instance when the Maria came in mid-month, I'm like, I need to start working with this. So it doesn't always work out anyway. And then there's these beautiful vintage decks that, I mean, why would you not want to work with a gorgeous deck like this? What was that? What's Ferdy had said? I could, but why change the ADHD chaos gremlin habits of a lifetime? What did Golden ask? You can create a folder named Tarot in bookmarks. I use my notes page of my phone. So and it's probably the most looked at on my iPhone. If I go to, just deck wish list, they're all there, all listed. It just says deck wish list, and then they're there. So I can take some off. Oh no, I can't. I saw midnight tarot decks, but there's still 2 on there. But yeah, I think there's 1 on there I can take off when it comes to Spotlight next week. That's all I'm saying. No spoilers. Yeah, look how beautiful the moon card is. Yeah, so this is a really stunning deck, and one that's very often overlooked. I don't see it get a lot of love and attention that it deserves. I use notes on my phone too, says Sandra. And look at this cheeky little devil. So Angel Tarot is one that, and I've got a few vintage Marseille style decks that I've been pulling off from my shelf recently, but this is one that, where have I just put the pouch for it? This is one that I've just been using recently because I'm really enjoying it. Is this deck Tarot of Angels? It's just called Angel Tarot. You can get it on auction sites. It is out of print. I think this one, I look at the little box. No, it doesn't have a little book because it's an old, 45 years old. But there's that one. There's the earlier edition with the different backs. ADHD gremlins. Okay, so I mentioned this one earlier. Look at this bag. Another Judy bag. The Shadows We Cast. A recent purchase. And again, I suddenly realised I've not given this any time yet. It's a fairly new deck. And so I thought, yeah, I'm not waiting another month to read this. Because, again, a deck will come in and I've already made my selection for the month of the decks that I'm going to be using. So I think to myself, okay, I'll use that next month. But then other decks will come in. And before you know it, you forget. So, and this deck is gorgeous. Really gorgeous. My oldest deck is the Aquarian Tarot, maybe in the 80s also. I think my oldest deck is from the 60s, which is the Albano Waite, one of the original Albano Waites. I'm going to look at the artwork of this. Hanged One. Isn't it simple and beautiful? Judgment card is brilliant. Hello Simon, just bought the Joker Tarot, so intuitive. Hello little bunny. Joker Tarot I adore. That's one of my favourite kind of shadow decks. Absolutely brilliant. Chris and I are going to be looking at the Crow Tarot for next month's throwback. Hello Anna, nice to see you. Happy Saturday to you too. Yeah, so it's just really soft, really gentle. It's one of these decks where if you don't want something too harsh, then this deck, it doesn't shy away from those difficult truths, because you know it's a shadow deck. It's called the Shadows We Cast, but it delivers it in a way that is very supportive. It feels gentle. Gorgeous deck. Look at the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, Sandra, you've got this one. Loving the colours of this deck. Look at the Eight of Swords. How precarious she is on the edge of that cliff. It's a different perspective, isn't it? I like the Ten of Swords as well. You know, you don't see somebody impaled here, but there's a long road ahead. And even though it's pretty, you know, it's covered with snow, it's cold, it's bleak. We have card 22, which is the Shadow, which again, you could use as a significator card. Yeah, so I was disappointed in myself that this deck came in and I hadn't reached for it. So I thought, right, well, I'm going to pop it on my reading space here, and it can be in with the mix of decks that I'm pulling for this month and using. Here's the first card, the Fool. And look how soft that kind of swirly vortex is. Love the Five. They're heading into the woodlands for shelter. Look at the kind of crystal colours there in the background through this cave. Yeah, an indie deck, Anna. The Shadows We Cast. It's by the person who did the... what was it called? Because it's a series, isn't it? There's an oracle as well. And it's made me want to get that now as well. I could find the box for this. I've got them all in bags at the minute. So here we go. The Starseeker series. This is the box, the Shadow We Cast. A Starseeker tarot deck. So Nikki Ferrada, who did the Starseeker, now there's a Starseeker Oracle. This is part of that series, but it's a darker vibe. So of course now I want the Starseeker Tarot. Oh, and the Strength card is brilliant. Look at the Strength card. Let's try and get it so it's difficult not to get light from a ring light on it. I mean, they are matte and it's beautiful cardstock. Really high quality cardstock. So yeah, that's another one that I'm working with this month that's on my reading space. Again, this one came edged in the matte black. Look how thick that deck is. These are the backs, which are gorgeous. And I use this pouch for it. From Judy. I find it hard to shuffle, says Jane, Starseeker. I believe it's still available. I think Cheryl at Oneness Emporium has it listed. All right, 2 left. So, well, how are we for time? In this pouch, I did show this in decks never leaving my collection, and because I got it out for decks never leaving my collection, I decided to keep it out and work with it. And it's the Daniel Martin Diaz deck, Earth Magic. Nearly said Golden Era. Earth Magic, and I'm loving this. The artwork in this deck is fantastic. Some of the cards do give me Carnival at the End of the World vibes, but it's this gorgeous Pagan Otherworlds expert playing card company type, soft linen. Cards are a little bit larger than your standard tarot. I'll just show you some of my favourite images, but huge fan of his art style. I mean, look at her. Yes, it is on Oneness Emporium. See you, Rolf. Every time I pop in here wanting to buy a deck. The Death card is brilliant. It's not entirely RWS, but if you're used to the RWS, I don't think you'll struggle too much with this. This is an additional card called the Earth Magic card. Again, you can use as a significator. It's kind of a little bit pippish, in the same way as perhaps Pagan Otherworlds is kind of pippish, but you do get illustrations as well. So for here, for the 5 of Wands, you know, it's not just five wands. It's a little unsettling, but I like it. Some cards freak you out. Look at the Chariot. Oh, and the Queen of Cups is so beautiful. So originally this was in sepia. Oh, look at the Hierophant. In fact, let's quickly grab oh, got it the wrong way around. The sepia version. Don't think this will be in order though. It might take me a minute. I don't know if this version is still available, with it being indie, whether he's sold out and whether he's making more or not. That's the paper card that you get with it. It is from the walkthrough, so we'll show the Hierophants together. So the colour version and the sepia version. We should have to turn down the light a bit. So that's that. And then I will show the Devil, we said, didn't we? Let's show the Devil. Okay. Colour Devil and sepia Devil. And originally all I had was this. This was the only one I had, and I loved it. I was like, oh, this is brilliant. And then I heard he was doing a colour version. I was like, do I want the colour version? And then I got the colour version, and I'm like, oh, this is even better. If I had a channel, Earth Magic would definitely be in decks I'm never getting rid of tag. Yeah. I read that at first, that definitely getting rid of. I was like, why? Pop that there. Pop that there. That's all my Daniel Martin Diaz decks. Yeah, it's just incredible. Artwork is, I mean, look. And Four of Cups, even though no human, it's hard to BOS, isn't it? But then you get ones that are more pippish. I love the three. Sure you are, fool. Oh, dropped one. That's annoying. I got it. I got it. Again, a little bit carnival at the end of the world. Anyway, wonderful deck. How are we for time? Yeah, we're doing all right. The last deck I'm going to show you is one of my most recent. It came this week. And instantly fell in love with it. And it's the Alejandro Jodorowsky deck. The story behind this is I almost bought this 7 or 8 years ago, and I was trying to decide between this or the CBD. I think I watched a comparison video, and somebody said, oh, the cardstock in the CBD is much nicer. This is thin cardstock, and whilst it is, it's not Llewellyn thin, but the colours in this deck are absolutely insane. And as you know, I've been really enjoying the oh my gosh, the Veritable Tarot. And when I got that, I was like, I think this is my favourite Marseille. Not favourite pip deck, but in terms of Marseille, I think this is my favourite. And now I really think it's this one. It's just gorgeous. Robin was talking about it on his live just before this one, saying, oh, you know, I may have to get it, but do I need it? And I don't think it's a case of needing it. You know, if you've got a tarot deck, then is there really a need? But I mean, just look at the blue of the Hermit's cloak. It's like electric blue. So beautiful. And it's gorgeous. There's lots of purples. Exactly, colour is everything. Yeah, I agree. And I mean, I've watched some videos, and there are people who, because he worked with Conwar, whose family has been involved with the production of Marseille going back to the 1700s, they're claiming that this deck is kind of the restored deck, and they've added bits in that have been lost over time. And some people have said that's not actually true. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what they've claimed. So I think there were some people that were a little bit upset, but I'm not, that doesn't, you know, it's not really a concern of mine. I just think it is beautiful. And, you know, like Luna Lit said, colour is everything. And this deck is sumptuous with beautiful colours. Let's see if there's, I mean, the King of Swords is gorgeous. So I've really been enjoying using this. I've used it the last couple of nights for my readings. Yes, I probably would have liked the cardstock to be a little bit thicker, but I'm not rough with my cards. I don't think, apart from my Il Meneghello Vachetta, which I had to buy a backup for, I don't think I've ever really damaged a card because of how rough I've been with it. And that was because of the fact I dropped the card and then wheeled over it. But at the moment, you know, it's in print. How long for, I don't know. I mean, Jodorowsky himself is 97 now. Look past that and find all the amazing details that the Abyss offers. Oh, the Abyss is amazing. Yeah, so that's my deck. How many have I showed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 decks on my table at the moment that I've just kind of been switching up, pulling from. And as I've wanted. Simon, can you tell me, how are the custom fees with deck in the UK from the US? Are they up? I know you guys are not in the EU, so you're not affected by the policies. For custom fees from the US, Anna, to the UK, depends on what the person selling it puts on. So if they list it for like $20 or less, it's free. You don't pay any customs. If anything above that, it tends to start being around £16 to £18. Anything kind of around the 100 mark, you can be paying like £30 custom charges. So yeah, it's around that. I don't think I've paid more than £30+ on customs. And some people, you know, will put down the cost, or they'll put that it's a gift, and you know, then that's great. But why did you drive over your Vachetta? Bad reading. No, so I was doing a reading, and I dropped the card and it went down, so I wheeled back to get it and I couldn't see it, and then I looked and it was under the wheel, so it damaged the card. But I bought a backup. But actually I put it under books, and you can only tell if you look at the deck sideways on. There's just one card that just, but it's fine because I shuffle it, and you know, it's got that broken in feeling now, so it's all good. He threatens his cards to get good readings, or one false move and it'll be wheels, the wheelie chair treatment. Yeah. All right. We're nearly at 1:30, so I'm going to pull a tarot tile if I can grab them. And yeah, we'll have a good rummage, give it a good shake up. What have we got? Oh, we have the 8 of Cups. Okay. Whew. Time to walk away from the past, particularly if there's something in the past that is holding you back from moving in the right direction into the future, something that's no longer serving you. Let go of. It's time for a journey of self-discovery this week. So whatever happens or has happened, draw a line. It's time to start afresh and go on that journey of self-discovery. Follow your dreams, you know? We get one life and it's short, so whatever your dreams are, start moving in that direction, but close the door on the past. Walk away from things that are no longer serving you. So that's our message for the week. I'll leave that out so I can pull a card and share it in the Hermit's Cave Facebook group. Thank you everybody for hanging out with me. It's been lovely to be here with you all for the last hour and a half. And yeah, I will be back in the week, I think, if these decks turn up that I've been waiting for a while. But if not, then next Saturday is Spotlight number, I think number 16, is it? I think. With Cheryl from Oneness Emporium, and it's going to be epic. So I will hopefully see you there. All right. Oh, and tomorrow, of course, is the Hermit Shelf. And I've got another great classic deck to share with you for the Hermit Shelf tomorrow. I'll set that as a premiere for 3 p.m. so I can chat with you all and hang out in that 3 p.m. UK time, which is 10 a.m. Eastern time. All right. Thanks for being here, everyone. And until next time, go in peace. Namaste and blessed be.